Hello, everyone, and this is Chris. I'm here with Tuesday Talks with Pampered Sisters. It is July, what's the day? The 23rd, and I'm Pampered Sisters with Chris King with Pampered Sisters, where we make handcrafted bath products from homemade soaps and lotions to body butters and sugar scrubs. And also, we talk about things to do to relax and just to take care of yourself, to pamper yourself, and spend time with yourself. So tonight I'm going to do a soap demo out of soap making. Hold on, let me do it right. Soap making by David Fisher. See if y'all can see this. David Fisher soap making. I just returned recently from a soap seminar, and I'm always purchasing the books. I have so many soap making books, bath product books, and I never seem to get to doing what I intended to do with the book is sharpen my skills, my craft and everything. Let me see, let me turn this light off in the back and see if this helps. Okay, yes, okay. So what I'm gonna do today is I use large slab molds. So this calls for a 3-pound mold, and it calls for a crock pot, which I have right here, a crock pot, and it goes into how to make it with a stick blender and a crock pot. And so I'm going to follow the recipe. If anybody has this book, I know Stacy said that she was going to pull hers out. I'm up here trying to adjust so I can see if Tracy, there's a delay reaction on Facebook, so I might not see when you come on. But Tracy Rutledge said she was going to follow along in her book. So if anybody else has this book and wants to follow along, feel free to follow along. I'm going to try to do the recipe just like it says. I read through it, and I'm going to go for it. So let's see. The first thing it says is I need 3 pounds of oil. So let me get that out. Let me pull this up so I can see if anybody's on. Okay, so it says it needs 3 pounds of oil. Oh, and I have yogurt. It says yogurt. So I got the plain Greek yogurt. I didn't get any. I just went on and got plain Greek yogurt. I didn't. I just got the plain Greek yogurt. And I didn't get any scent or anything. I just got the plain Greek yogurt. And let me see, what else did it say? It said, so it broke down how I was supposed to do the, okay, let me turn this down. Okay, hold on a second, y'all. Let me turn the sound off on this so I don't have a back. Okay. So it has 3 pounds of yogurt, and let's see, what else does it have? 3 pounds of yogurt. 3 pounds of oil, the yogurt, and I'm going to use Lotus Blossom for the. I see people doing this, so I don't know. Okay, yeah. So Lotus Blossom. Okay, that's the fragrance oil I'm going to use. Okay, now I don't know if this is going to be a success because I'm doing it live, but I'm game if you are. Okay, so these are the colors. See if you can see the colors. And so what I did is I went to my color wheel and I found some similar. And so these are the colors I'm going to use. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is mix my lye. And everything has to be hot anyway, which is a good thing. I've already melted my oil. It's sitting to the side. It's hot. I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to do the rest. So the lye, it says in the recipe, okay, so the benefit of this is that when I'm finished, I'm making hot process. And if you ever made hot process soap, hot process soap, unlike cold process, is done in a crock pot or in the oven. And when you're through with it, it cuts down, it's ready. The soap is ready. It took out the saponification, it went through the process already, and the soap is ready. It doesn't have to sit for 4 to 6 weeks. Of course, I like mine to sit for at least a week afterwards. So with hot process, though, a lot of times one of the complaints is when it's just hot process out of the crock pot, it looks like a glock. You know, you just drop it in your mold or whatever. It's not pretty. You can't do all of the things like I like to do, like swirling and making all these pretty designs. You can't do it because it's not fluid enough. It's just a blob. Okay, so with this, something about the way you do it this way, with the stick blender at hot, adding the yogurt, holding back the fluid, it allows you to have a little bit more fluidity in it so that you can swirl it and do things. So we're going to go for it, okay? So one of the things it says is that I'm supposed to use my regular soap recipe, but I am to take the water amount 2.5 times the lye amount. Instead of it being 2 to 1, it's going to be 2.5 times the lye amount. Okay, so for instance, I will do, okay, so I'm going to do 22 ounces, 22.5 ounces of water, but I'm going to hold back 20%. It says hold back 20%. So 20%, I got to look up, where's my calculator? Hey, can you do 20% of 22.5 ounces and let me know how much water I need to hold back, please? Okay. And then I'm going to measure it off, and then 22.5, yes. And then I'm going to measure it off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that aside. 4.5. Okay, so I need to take 4.5 off of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure. So what I'm doing right now, you guys, I know you can't see it, is I'm going to measure this. Okay. Okay, so 22.5 minus 4.5 is 18. Yeah, right? Is that right? 18? 22.5 minus 4.5 is 18. Okay, so let me measure 18. Okay, so okay, so I have 18, so I'm going to set this aside. Hi, Victoria. How you doing? Okay, and I'm gonna go on and get my stir. So I'm gonna get my stir, and let me see. Let me get a couple of other things over here while I'm reaching for stuff, right? Okay. 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 So, got me some stirrers. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my lime, and it can be hot, okay, y'all, because we're doing hot process. I have these big, these are great. I got all of these at the conferences, and I use them just for stirring my lye. They're perfect. Okay, so I'm going to set mine over here. I have a, not a blanket, a cloth that I set it on. Usually I let it cool over, I let my lye cool overnight. But because I'm doing this hot process and this routine here, I'm about to lose my, because I'm doing this hot process, I can just use it right now. So now I'm gonna add 3 pounds, which is 16 times 3, 48 ounces of oil to the crock pot. Okay, and I'm gonna show y'all in a second. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna move this. This is gonna be my slab. Okay, because this is what they showed. I'll show you the book. So they have a slab like this. Okay. And like I said, I have bigger slabs, but I'm going to use this whole. Okay, I'm kind of excited about that. Took me a second to figure out what to do that. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. And let me see if I can, yeah, right there. Okay. Oh, look at that. I figured out how to do this for y'all. Okay. So I'm going to put 3 pounds of oil in there so y'all can see. And also with this, you also need plastic. Okay. And so I'm going to put the 3 pounds of oil in there. Now I need to plug this in. Okay. Didn't figure that out, you guys. This is live. Okay. Okay, plug's over there. Oh, okay. Never fear. I always keep an extra extension cord. Hope y'all can get that view of my little tootie up in the air. But if you did, it wasn't for long. I'm sorry. Okay, so I have this on. Okay, I set it. It's on. Now I'm gonna go and get my 3 pounds of oil, and I'm gonna pour it in here. So I have these cute little buckets, you guys. See this bucket here? They're always bringing catering in at work, and they throw these buckets out, and I always get them. Okay, so let me get the 3 pounds of oil. Okay, so I'm going to measure off 48 ounces. My grandbaby is beating his high chair. He's letting us know that he's in the room. So that's that beating sound that you hear. Don't you hate when it's 48.2 and then you want to be exact and you pour a little bit off and then it's 47? And got it. Okay. So, I'm going to put this back up. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, I'm going to add this to it. Okay, so I got 40, and I'm going to scrape this a little bit out because I did measure it exact, so I needed to go exactly in. Okay, so now I have 48 ounces, okay? That is 3 pounds. Okay, now it says after I mix the oil, I need to turn it on, and it is on, and I have it on a slow cook, okay? And it says, and I need to bring it to trace. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the oil, and I have my temperature. It says to keep it at 170. Okay, so it's 141 right now. My lye is about ready for me to mix it. So I'm gonna add it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my stick blender, because what I did was I had it in the oven and I wanted the wand to be warm, because the thing is you want to get the the oil and everything to trace faster. Okay, so I had it in the oven, so it was warm. Okay, and okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add this, and it's clear. Let's see what the temperature of the lye is. Okay. Okay, it's 178. This is one. Okay, so let me turn this up a little. Okay, because it needs to be, even though it's supposed to be, hot, you still want them still within a 10-degree difference. And this was a little warmer than that, like 30 degrees off. Okay. Hi, Norma. How you doing? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to mix this for a second. And then after I get it mixed, I'm going to cover it with some tape. Not tape, with some film, plastic film. And then I'm going to let it sit for 20 minutes, y'all. 20 whole minutes, okay? And then after 20 minutes, I'm going to mix it again. And then I'm going to add the yogurt and the additional water and the fragrance oil. So while I'm waiting the 20 minutes, what I'm going to do is go back and measure out the yogurt and the fragrance oil and the water and mix up, okay? Okay, so let me take my temperature again. Okay, so we can do this now. Okay, so here I go. I'm gonna add this. Let me add it on the wand. Okay. Okay, so let me see. So what I'm doing is I'm mixing it, and I'm getting it into a nice mix. Just get it so that it's all mixed in, the oil and the lye solution, and then I'm gonna cover it. Now you can do this in the oven too, as David said in his book, but the difference is and in the oven it evenly heats it, but it's hard to handle. Okay, that's the difference. Okay. This looks good, y'all. See how it's already doubling in size? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop because it looks like it's mixed pretty good. This looks real good. Okay. Can't tap too hard. I got to remember that's glass. Okay. So I'm going to take this. My grandson, he wants me to know that he's finished. My daughter's over there looking at him. And he's probably wondering, why is his mama just looking at him? Okay. Hi, Elin. Hi, Anna. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. Okay. It says cover. Okay. So let me cover this real tight. Okay. Y'all, this is the first time I'm doing this live with this particular thing. Okay, so if I bomb, you'll see me do it together. Okay? Okay, so we're going to cover this. I'm going to make it airtight. Okay. Okay, so let me set my timer. It's 8:51, 20 minutes, so that's going to be, okay, that's 9 minutes and then 11 minutes on the other side. So it's 9:11. Okay, so while I'm doing that, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, it says I need 1.5 tablespoons of yogurt and 1.5 ounces of fragrance oil or essential oil, and then I need that water. Remember that water I held back? So what we're gonna do is, because when it's ready, you put all of it in together, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the yogurt, and this is the yogurt. I didn't get anything special, y'all. I just got plain Greek yogurt, okay? So I'm gonna do 1.5 ounces of that, okay? This will probably strictly be for this because it's plain and it's Greek. It has no sugar in it. It has nothing, okay? But being that I just opened it, let me mix it a little, just so I can make sure that it, because yogurt sometimes settles on the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna tare my scale, and I'm gonna put 1.5 tablespoons, which is 22.5 grams. So I'm gonna change this to grams. Okay. Okay, did it. That was easy. Okay. And then I'm going to add I said it's lotus. Let me see if I can do it. Right. Oh, I got to do my other right. Okay, let's see. There. Let's see. Is it how you do it like this? I see people doing this. I'm going to get good at this, y'all. Okay. See, right here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I need to do 1.5 ounces of fragrance oil, okay? Okay, so is anybody following along in the book with me? Does anybody have their book open? No? Yes? Does anybody have David Fisher's book? 42.5. We'll measure 42.5. Did it. Okay? Now, while that's doing that, let me get the little stirrer. Okay, so I'm going to mix this up, you guys. Okay? So this is ready. And then I showed you the colors. For those of you who came in later, I'll show you again. Okay, so this is the mix. This is what I'm going to add when it's ready. See? It's just yogurt, fragrance oil, and water. Okay, so that's done. Now, okay, so while we're waiting on that, let me show you the book again so you can see. These are the colors that David had in his book. And so I found these colors here. Okay? So what I'm going to do while we're waiting the 20 minutes, there's no need of wasting time, right? Is I am going to measure out my colors so that I'll have them and I'm ready. Okay? You get in your book, Anna? Okay, I'm on page 148. Okay? I'm on page 148. Okay? Okay, so I'm measuring out. I will measure out those. And I had a measuring spoon, you guys. I don't know what I did with it, but I had everything ready. And then I started reading David Fisher's book. And let me tell you, I was getting ready. I was this close to looking for another recipe. This close. Because I forgot about the crock pot. I was like, oh my God. Okay. So, oh, this is a pretty color, you guys. Look at this color. Look at this color. So, I'm going to measure these colors out. Oh man, that's a pretty color. Isn't that a pretty color? A little bit more, just so we can make sure it's really purple. Okay. So, Okay, so I'm going to, what did I do with the, okay, let me do the blue first. I should have did yellow first when I was measuring it out. Okay, so let me measure out the blue. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm measuring out all of the colors. Look at this color, y'all. Isn't that pretty? Measuring out this color. This color is, I didn't tell you the other color. This color is Blue Honey by Soapbox Mica. The other color was Mica's Violet Mica by Micas and More. Okay, I think I'm in competition with my grandson. It's on page 148. Let me get a napkin, y'all. Yes, I think I'm in competition with my grandson. I think he's gonna get louder. My daughter's over there. The more she tries to make him be quiet, the more he gets louder. Like, why are you shushing me? Okay. I was up there reading the Blue Mica, and I guess my air from my breath must have hit it just at the time, and it blew all over my scale. That's what you saw me getting a paper towel for. Okay, so this is the pink. Can you see it? It's pretty, isn't it? Okay, so I got the pink, and the pink color is Pink Neon by Soapbox Mica. And the last one is by Muddy Soap Company, and it's a Mind Your Own Yellow. And it's a pretty yellow, y'all. It's a very pretty yellow. I use it so much I have just a little bit left. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. Okay. Mind Your Own Yellow. Okay. So I'm getting this ready. Oh, y'all, I'm up here looking at the pot, and it is really starting to double in size while I'm doing this. And also, the Lotus Bloom smells really good. And I'm usually not a floral person, but it really does smell good. Okay, since I made my gloves all pretty, that's what I love about disposable gloves, I'm going to get another pair. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to, it's just been 9 minutes, okay? But I want to take a look, okay? Let me see. It's not ready yet. Okay, so while that's trying to decide that it's going to do something, let me just tell you the temperature. It went up 20 degrees, and I can actually hear it. Yeah, you can hear it. Okay, so it's a cooking. Okay, so I know it said wait 20 minutes, but I gotta look. Okay, y'all know how we soapers are. I gotta look. Okay, so I'm gonna look. Ooh, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it a little bit? Yeah. Okay. It's showing. It's showing. Okay. So it's starting to be on. It's on the sides. I'm just gonna go around just a little bit. Okay. Okay. And ooh, yeah. I know it said wait 20 minutes, but um, this is real. It's real. Ooh, it's real cooked. Let me see if I can. I need to move it around some, y'all. Okay. And I might have to use that big one. That big, yeah, let me use that big one because let me use mine. Let me use this. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay. I told y'all this was live. So I'm kind of working it. It is really cooked, y'all. I probably could have just went 10 minutes, but I'm going to. Okay. Okay. So here, let me show you. See, it's really cooked. Now it says when it gets to this level to add. So I'm gonna add this to it. Oh, it sounds so good. I think I skipped a step, but it's because it's it's flu it's pretty much, yeah. And it says when it gets applesauce, hold on, let me read. Now I have to do three things at one time. It says when it gets applesauce that I'm supposed to separate it. So let me see if I can run the stick blender through this. Yeah, it's let me see if I can run the stick blender through this real quick. Okay, so I probably had it up too high. Like I say, I'm not a hot processor, so this is something I will have to do a couple of times so that I'm used to it. Doing this because I do everything cold processed. So it's really fluid though. Okay, so let me see. Let me add it to each one of them. It's really fluid, y'all. Okay. Oop! Did y'all see that? Okay, I have to be careful with this mica because it's jumping up. I already have a blue page on my book because of it. This one, I think I can add this in here. Okay. Oh, this pink is so pretty. Okay, let me see if I can mix this. Well, I can honestly say, Anna, if you're looking at the pages, you can tell that I can honestly say it looks like the book. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but it does look like the book. I forgot to leave some white out for white. Oh well. What I'm doing is the blue one now, y'all. I'm trying to mix it in. So I'm gonna move the book so I can work a little better. This is truly a learning experience for Chris because I'm telling you, I've done hot process maybe 3 times, and the 3 times I've done it has been in the oven. Okay? Um, I hot process in the oven because it's much easier than doing it in the crock pot. What I probably do is I have the whisk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the whisk and I'm going to work it in all of these colors to make sure that I have it. Well, I tell you one thing though, it smells really, really good, y'all. I'm looking for the whisk. I just had the whisk. Oh, here it is. Okay. It smells really good. The pink is really pretty. Okay, I think the pink is mixed. So now I'm gonna try to mix this blue, the rest of this blue up. And do this. Now I feel challenged. I know, I tell you what, I'm gonna do this again and post a picture of it, of the one that I did not on the camera versus the one I did on the camera. It's a lot of pressure when it's on the when you're live. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put these in here, and I'm gonna attempt to make some kind of design. Um, you know what? I'm just gonna put it in there. Y'all will see after. I'm gonna show you after I put it in there. It's probably gonna look camouflage because it's not laying down like it should. Okay. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm spooning it in. I still did this. It still ended up doing the same thing, I guess. I must have did something. Yeah, it is four stick blending, and I'm not used to this hot process. I really am not. You know, and this is like the second. I think Elin knows. I did Sharon Johnson's stick blend. So, and I didn't have much success with that one either. This is like I guess the second one I've literally tried to do, and I'm just not having much luck with this process. I think I'm a cold process girl for whatever reason. I just this does not seem to suit me doing this process. I don't know why. It just doesn't. What scent am I using? I'm using Lotus Blossom by Nature's Garden. It smells really good, but maybe I shouldn't have used the floral scent. You know, I don't know. Now, if this was cold process, I would have already have done poured it, did my designs, did some swirls in it, and all of the above. But this hot process is not. It's getting the best of me. Let me see. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show y'all it. This really looks like a blob of Play-Doh. Okay, it's gonna be interesting to see how this cuts. Okay, hold on a second, y'all. Let me finish it, and then I'm gonna put it show you on camera. It's really um, it's really something. Okay, I got it in. It's in. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna move this. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Let me see. Maybe I'll tap it down. Do you tap it down when it's hot processed? I have no idea. Okay. Has anybody ever tried this recipe? I'm looking to see. I'm ready to start looking at the answers to answer questions. I think what I did, y'all, yeah, and I'm laughing too. I think what I did, y'all, is looking back, okay, because it's happened to me before. Looking back, I think what I did was I don't know my crock pot, okay? And so I didn't have it. The temperature was probably too high, so therefore it did not go through the entire process because there was supposed to be two 20-minute processes that it was supposed to go through, okay? It was supposed to um, turn translucent from the outside in, and then you stir it, and then you cover it again. It doubles in size, and it turns translucent again. You stick blend it again, and that's when you add the yogurt and the fragrance and stuff. Um, I think I did not follow the process completely, and um, because it was, I've never done hot process. Maybe I should do hot process first to see how hot process does, and then do it this way. I think what I'll do, thinking now, I do hot process in the oven. If anybody's ever done it in the oven, you know it's a whole different animal because everything is even. You put it in the oven, you come back and check on it. It volcanoes a little bit, you stir it up, you put it back in, you take it out, and then you mix it up again, and it's good. And actually, you don't even have to add yogurt to it when you're doing it in the oven because it's pretty fluid, okay, already. So I think I'm gonna try the same recipe again tomorrow, but I'm gonna do it in the oven. And I will, when I post this picture, I'll post the picture of me doing of the finished one that I did in the oven, so you can see the difference. Okay, because I think if I do it in the oven, I'll have a little bit more time because I know how to work the oven. I don't know how to work. I do know how to work a crock pot, y'all, but it's to make beans and roast and chicken. I don't know how to work it for soap. Okay, that's why this crock pot this crock pot is practically new because I only use it for this one for soap, and I don't use it that often. You know. Let me see. Let me look at some of the comments. Uh, let's see. Some of you are saying, consider this. Don't give up on the fluid HP, says the primarily CP woman herself. I know. You're trying it in the morning, Anna. Are you going to do it in the oven or are you going to do it in the crock pot? You're going to, are you going to do it in the oven? Are you going to do it? Okay, my grandson just came. Oh, hey, oh, hey, Jaden. How are you doing? So are you going to do it in the oven or are you going to do it in the crock pot, Anna? Yeah. Um, and are you going to do it? Thank you. So, Laura, you says yours always looks bumpy too. Have you tried the doing this one with the fluid, adding the yogurt? Because that's what the yogurt is supposed to help you to remove the bumpy and add some fluidity to it. Anna, yeah, Anna's trying it in the morning. She says she's gonna try it in the morning. Oh, you're gonna do it in the crock pot? Okay, take pictures and post it when you do it. Okay. And also, can you let me know, Anna, what settings you use? You know, if yours turn out because I have three settings, but I didn't know. I just put it in the middle. I didn't know which one to use. Um, And it doesn't say, it says by temperature, but you know, in the crock pot, it does. I'm gonna try mine in the oven this weekend, probably this weekend or tomorrow night. It depends. I'll probably do it again, but I'm gonna do it in the oven and see how that turns out. When I do it in the oven, y'all, I literally either use a pot like this, a bowl like this, my stainless steel bowl, and I put it in the oven. This works great. And it's also great when you do it in the oven, if you do this one and you take it out and do the mixing. It's really great. You put it in the oven and you put your oven on, I forgot. Was it 175 or 180? Or was it 210? I'll look it up. I'll post, okay, when I did it. In the oven. But the great thing about it is when you take it out, it's real fluid and you mix it. Just have gloves on. Don't wear, if you're gonna do it in the oven, this is just me, what I've learned. Don't wear these gloves, okay, or your blue ones. Wear some Playtex gloves, the Playtex ones, so when you get it out, because even though it's not that hot, the oil, the soap in the oven, it's so insulated in there that when you start mixing it with the stick blender, it gets hot because it's coming up through the wand, if that makes any sense, okay, when you're doing it. Anybody else? Well, look, hey, next week, why don't we, before next week's Tuesday talk, if anybody can take a stab at this, doing it either in the oven or in the crock pot, do a small batch and post your pictures and put if you did it in the oven or in the crock pot, and did you use David Fisher's recipe? How many, does everybody have his book? If not, okay, you can use, in his book, he says you can use any 3-pound uh, oil mix that you want. And the biggest thing is you do it in the oven or you do it in the crock pot, and you add, I think it was a table, it's only almost two, it's a tablespoon and a half of yogurt. You add the yogurt in the last part, okay, of the mix, and it brings it back fluid. It's after it gets the mashed potato applesauce look. That's when you add the yogurt, okay, and it should work then. Okay, so you guys, that's all I have for tonight. I hope that everybody either tries the crock pot or the oven, and I'm not going to give up. I'm going to try it one more time before I completely throw it out the window and go back to just doing cold process, oven process. I need to explore and expand my soap making skills and go over to the hot process side. No, not really. I just want to try this recipe. Okay, so I'm going to look through I have 2 other books I need to look through and make a recipe from. It's either going to be, well, I have several books, but there's a recipe I want to do in Anne Marie's. There's one I wanted to do in Elin Criswell's. There's one I wanted to do in soap making, the old soap making, old-fashioned soap making. I wanted to do one of those. So I'm gonna do like once a month. I'm gonna do other talks, but I'm gonna try to do either a soap making recipe, a bath product recipe, or something, and use my books. And y'all, I encourage y'all to do that too, because I know I'm not the only one that goes to these conferences or goes online when there's a new book out and purchase it to support our fellow soap makers and bath bomb and body product maker. We buy their books and we don't actually go through and use their recipes. So I encourage you to take the time out to do at least one recipe every quarter. Okay, I'm going to try to do one recipe once a month or something and just try it out. Okay, so until the next time, if there's any more questions, just Facebook message me or send me a tweet or a Periscope or something. Until next Tuesday, bye-bye.